Yo! Welcome everyone to my IGTV channel again. I'm here with John from Planet Kambo. We're about to go through and John's about to do my second Kambo ceremony in a minute in our living room, so I'm going to show you what that entails. But just wanted a few words from John really, just to talk a little bit about Kambo and your sort of journey with it yourself.
Sure.
And maybe a little bit about the ethics of how the venom's taken from the frogs, just because of some of my listeners who are vegan, obviously.
Yeah,
so.
no, totally understandable.
Yeah.
So I've been working with Kambo. Well, I've been receiving for about 8 or 9 years myself. I've been a practitioner for about 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I first did Kambo a long time ago. It was an ayahuasca retreat, and I'd never heard of it, and they were offering it. So I was like, okay, I'll try it. I did it, and I thought it was great.
Yeah.
And then I would do it periodically, sort of every 6 months, every year. I would go and do Kambo with a particular guy. A guy that used to live in Amsterdam, a guy called Giovanni, Giovanni Latanzi. And then a couple of years ago, my business partner and I decided we were gonna, we thought we can really make something of Kambo and really bring Kambo to the world. So we set up Planet Kambo. And we've been offering group ceremonies and also doing private work.
One-to-ones as well,
yeah.
Because you do your group ceremonies on a Sunday, isn't it?
At the moment, at the moment it's just on a Sunday, but we are looking to do midweek sessions as well. Yeah.
And if anyone's interested in booking one of those or getting involved, they could just go to...
It's www.planetkambo.com. Any questions, just drop us an email at info@planetkambo.com.
Cool.
If they want to happy to have like a Skype call or consultation if anybody's got any questions.
And if they use the plant-powered PT, they'll get a discount.
That's right. So what you do is you just drop us an email, quote that code, plant-powered PT, and mention what date you'd like to attend, and then I'll send you a link to sign up with a £10 discount.
Awesome, fantastic. So just after obviously the last video that I did this week after the first ceremony, I had a couple of people ask about the ethics of how the venom's taken. I looked at a couple of YouTube videos. There was one where a frog was being poked, and then I did a bit more research and kind of realised that there's obviously with everything these days there's cowboys out there, isn't there, and it's very difficult to kind of rely on certain sources of medicine, and just
because it's similar to ayahuasca, these kinds of things are unregulated, especially in Peru. There's no regulation. It's tribes going out and working, collecting these medicines. So we get our medicine, we have a contact who works directly with the Matsis. The Matsis are the masters of the Kambo. And the tribes have a symbiotic relationship with the jungle. They're the guardians of the forest. And they look after the forest, they look after the animals, and then the forest gives something back. So there is this kind of give and take between the tribesmen and the animals in the jungle. And these guys have been working with these medicines and with Kambo for centuries, I think. So they wouldn't do anything that was harming the frogs. They wouldn't kill the frogs. They're sacred. So they look after the frogs. Obviously, there's an extraction process. The frogs are very tame. So I've never been there myself. I haven't met them.
No, you can see on a lot of videos I also watched last week as well how friendly they are, right? And they just kind of come out of the forest and walk onto your hand and because they're so poisonous. They don't have any predators, so they're not scared of human beings. So they're very friendly. The tribesmen go out to the areas where the frogs are, and I think they're able to make the same noise as the frog, like with their throat. That attracts the frogs, pulls them over. They can pick them up, and then if you look it up online, you can see what they do is they do tie them. They tie them up, and then they scrape the medicine off the glands,
it's off the legs and off the back, I think, and they put it onto a stick, and then the frogs are released. They're released unharmed. And I also think they do
they're marked as well. They're marked,
so that they know if one's been milked recently, it will have some kind of marking.
And they won't go back to it, and they'll obviously leave it until that marking's gone. That's right, isn't it?
So obviously it's not some government regulated system of, you know what I mean? It's tribesmen doing this kind of this work, but like I said, they wouldn't do anything that would harm the frogs or disrupt the environment. And this is an ancient, there's an intelligence with the indigenous and with everything, with the animals and with the indigenous tribesmen. They're living off the earth.
Yeah,
they're not like us.
It's hard, isn't it? I think for the West, I think that's the thing. It's difficult for the Western mind to get their head around it a little bit. And when people talk about veganism and trauma and suffering to animals and stuff like that, it's then quite difficult to extract yourself from that very black and white way of thinking to something like this. The frogs aren't being farmed. The frogs aren't being killed. There is an element of a traumatic experience that they're going through, but the way the tribes are doing it, and the like you said, the symbiotic relationship they have with nature and giving and taking.
It's an intelligence in nature, right? And the tribesmen are part of nature. They're literally living off the earth. They walk barefoot. They sleep on the earth, and it's not the same as what we do in the cities. We're disconnected from the earth. They're not. So they have a intuition,
respect.
But they have an intuition as to what to do. This primal intelligence, and like you said, it's very hard for us living in cities with industrial farming and all this. We tend to just think in black and white. We just have a blanket kind of what's the word?
Perspective.
A blanket perspective. Well, if we're exploiting the animals, then it's wrong. As opposed to, well, hang on a minute, these guys have been doing this for a long time. And these guys are not vegan. I mean, they hunt. They're hunters. The indigenous tribesmen. Kambo is a hunter's medicine. So, but there's a big difference between an indigenous tribesman hunting and industrial farming. They're two completely different things. And I've even heard stories of animals giving themselves up when it comes to like if it's done correctly and there's a real communication between the tribes and the Gaia or the mother, whatever you want to call it, then the animals are just an extension of that.
Not wanting to go off the Kambo topic too much, but I totally agree. I think there's these people and these tribes have a connection. They have a connection to life and death, which we don't in the Western world, and I think it's understanding that connection between life and death of your own people, of the animals that are around you, of nature, that breeds kind of the respectfulness involved in that sort of process. Cool. Okay. Well, we could talk a lot about that, but we're going to crack on now. Anything else you want to say, mate, before we start? I'll tell you what. So after ceremony 1, I'm feeling more energized, more centered. I've got a lot more kind of inner peace going. It's been a good week of sort of insights in general for me this week, and today we're gonna work on trying to kind of hit my 4 lower chakras to try and release some of the kind of long-held sort of maybe limiting patterns and belief systems that I've kind of got operating at the moment. So I'm going to try and work a bit more with the medicine today to try and release some of that a bit more intentionally than the last one. Do you want to talk us through maybe the ceremony? What's involved?
Okay.
Basically, how do we?
So whenever you work with medicine, you always have to say a prayer to open. So you open a sacred space. So we open with a prayer, and then we can do some rapé, or hape, depends where you come from, how you call it.
So the hape
is... It's a tobacco snuff. So tobacco for the indigenous people, the tobacco is the most sacred spirit. The grandfather tobacco is the most sacred plant. It's above ayahuasca, it's above everything. So they use tobacco a lot. They don't use it in the same way that we do. They don't have chemically treated tobacco. They have pure jungle tobacco. And the way they use it is they'll either, if they're going to ingest it, it will be blown up the nose, which is the snuff, or they smoke it, but they don't inhale it. They blow the smoke on things, and that's the mapacho.
Yeah, the mapacho.
That's how they work with tobacco. So we can do hape. And it's always good to use hape. You can do it before and after.
And that helps to clear the energy. And
it's very grounding. Obviously, you're welcoming the spirit of Grandfather Tobacco. He's the ultimate protector, so it's always good to have him around. It opens the crown, but it also grounds you as well. So it's really, really powerful medicine, hape. So we do that.
So it's kind of preparation, isn't it? It's the starter. It's cleaning my energy and opening me up to receive the Kambo.
And if there is anything in there that needs to come out, tobacco will get it out. So it can often bring on a purge as well. So we do the tobacco, and then we start with the Kambo. So then I'll make the burns. And then at that point, I ask you to drink the water. So you drink about 1 litre of water.
So
yeah, it's got his water there.
We've got a couple of bottles of water here, guys, and my bucket.
Yeah.
Every Kambo person needs a bucket.
And then
have you got the incense sticks that you do the burns with?
I do. Oops, got a little bag of them here.
Cool. So let me see those guys. Little incense stick.
Yeah, they're called dupe sticks.
Dupe sticks.
So they're like incense sticks, like joss sticks, but they don't have the extra bit of thin wood that you put in.
Okay, yeah.
So they're just incense. So we use them. So I make the burns.
And that's in like the top layer, like the first layer of skin.
Yeah, it's very superficial. There's no blood drawn.
Yeah.
It's just a split second on the skin.
Yeah.
And you rub it with a tissue, and then the very top layer comes off, and you've got the dermis underneath, and it will just look white.
Yeah, and that's what you call the gateway.
The gateway, that's it. Yeah. So you open up what's called gateways. Then you drink the water, and then the medicine will go on.
Right.
Last time we did it, we went slowly because it was your first time. Yeah. So whenever I'm working with someone for the first time, I won't put on all the points in one go. I'll apply the medicine one at a time, or one, then two, and just to see how the person reacts, because I've got no idea how much they'll need. Some people purge after 2 points, other people need 10 or 15. There's no way to know. So once I've worked with somebody once and we've done it the slow way, progressively applying, then the next time I kind of have a clearer idea of how much they need, and then you can take all the medicine at once, which is how we're going to do it today.
Yeah, cool.
So when you take all the medicine at once, it's more intense, but it's over quicker. It shouldn't be more than about 25 minutes. So.
Yeah, should be a fun one.
Yeah.
20-minute roller coaster.
Yeah, for me it's usually between 15 to 25 minutes if I take all the points at once.
Right.
If I do it one at a time, it's usually about an hour.
Cool. Okay. And because I want to hit my my lower chakras, we're going to put points on my back, aren't we, today?
Yeah. Back's a really good place. That's where I usually do it, is on my mid or upper back. I find that's a really good place to take the Kambo.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, mate. Great. Good to have you here,
yeah,
mate. Here we go.
Pleasure. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Number 2.
Yeah.
See you on the other side, everyone.
I call in the goddess, the spiders, come and weave a web of light and protection around us as we work with the frog in this space. Spider, we honour you and we thank you for your presence, our whole. To the spirits of the south, beautiful serpent, come bless us in this medicine space. Teach us to shed the skins of our past so we may walk softly upon this earth. Spirits of the south, we honour you and we thank you for your presence, our whole. To the spirits of the west, mighty jaguar, come and protect us in this medicine space. Give us the courage to shine light into all parts of our soul so we may walk fearlessly upon this earth. Spirits of the west, we honour you and we thank you for your presence, our whole. To the spirits of the north, grandfathers, grandmothers, beloved ancestors, we're here for the healing of our entire lineage. Come bless us with your wisdom in this medicine space. Help us to return to ourselves and to remember who we truly are. Spirits of the north, we honour you and we thank you for your presence, our whole. To the spirits of the east, great condor, come fly to us from the place of the rising sun. Help us to have the vision to see the bigger picture and give us the strength to fly high, wing to wing with the great spirit. Spirits of the east, we honour you and we thank you for your presence, our whole. To the spirits of the earth, to Pachamama, we ask that you hold us with unconditional love and protection as we work with these medicines, and we offer up any energy shed here today to be transmuted into beautiful flowers and fruits. Spirits of the earth, we honour you and we thank you for your presence, our whole. To the spirits of the sky, Father Sky, the high dimensional entities and archangels, we ask for your protection, your guidance. We ask that you help us heal through our hands and through our voices. Spirits of the sky, we honour you and we thank you for your presence, our whole. And now the 7th direction, this is our own internal heart spirit. We ask our heart spirit for guidance and protection as we work with these medicines. Heart spirit, we honour you and we thank you for your presence, our whole. And with deepest love and gratitude, this ceremony is now open, our whole.
Thank you.
Cool.
Nice, our whole.
Our whole.
Gets the process going.
House. That's what you say, yeah. Okay, breathe in and out. That's it. Breathe in and out. That's it. Breathe in.
want to just have
Yeah, sure.
So that's one of the medicines, dry at the moment.
Yeah, on the stick. Paddle. And then what we do is just wet it down. And then with a knife, you just start scraping. You can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Now.
And you just make it into these.
Split it into 8 bits. And those 8 bits are going to get put on the holes that I've got on my back. Right, there we go.
Yeah, you can see it.
There's the 8 bits ready to go on.
So you've had a litre, yeah? Yeah, that was a litre and a half, right?
That was a brand new bottle, yeah. Cool, so they're all on there.
They're on, yeah.
It's a stinging sensation. You can start feeling it stinging now. Start feeling a bit of pressure in my head. Now it's just a case of waiting to see what happens.
You can feel it already?
Yeah, I can feel it. The redness.
There's the bile. Wow. Very good. Amazing. Well done. That's a good sign. Really efficient. Started purging at 15 minutes, and then it's now 25. So, if you want, what you can do. Wow.
There we go.
Face isn't too bad. Hasn't puffed up.
No.
Yeah. Where?
Well, there we go, guys. That is ceremony 2 done. Thanks, John, for that, mate.
Pleasure.
I hope you enjoyed the spectacle. I will report back as to how I'm feeling after, but I do feel lighter already. And better for coming out the other side.
Great.
Nice one, dude. Yo! Greetings, everyone. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video of my last Kambo ceremony. It's now Friday, the Friday after, so I've had all week to kind of recover and go through a few things and kind of assess how, how much that last ceremony helped. So really just this week I felt a little bit more clarity and purpose in my direction, which has been really good. It's helped a few things kind of come to the surface, and one of the reasons why I'm doing these Kambo ceremonies is just to kind of giving me a sort of a bit of a stir up, to help me kind of realign myself essentially. So I think also because the first session was the first one and it was kind of felt like what I needed, I felt quite a big benefit quite immediately after doing that first session. The second ceremony, obviously we put the dots all the way up my my spine, for my lower 4 chakras to heal those. So it was a much more intensive session. As you can see on the video, it's pretty rough for part of it, but it's over really quickly. You know, the venom gets put on. Took 15 minutes for me to purge, and then the poison was taken off at 25 minutes. There was a couple of extra little purges after that, but you know, it's done within half an hour, so that was good. The juice is worth the squeeze. I've got my third ceremony on Sunday, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm going to be doing a group ceremony this time as opposed to one-to-one ceremonies that I've been doing the last couple of times. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I think for me, whenever I do these kind of experiences or these you know, these sort of medicines, oh, let's sort my camera out. I find that 3 is the magic number. You know, 3 ceremonies is a good number, because the first one, I feel like the medicine a lot of the time is getting to know your body and your body's learning to work with it. You're also finding out how you're gonna react to it. The second one is much deeper, and I think that it then allows it to go much deeper and do a decent amount of cleaning out, which is definitely what happened last week. So yeah, the third ceremony always feels like the wrapping up of the journey, of the adventure. So for me, that's what Sunday's all about. I'm going to be doing the next couple of chakras, so the throat chakra and the third eye chakra, which they can't get directly on the back of the head, obviously, but so I'm going to have my dots on my neck and mid back, or just behind the kind of neck chakra, the throat chakra there, and maybe a couple more down my back as well. So we will see how that goes. And it's going to be in a group ceremony, group environment with other people going through the same thing. From my experience, group ceremonies are really, really powerful because you have the energy of everyone else and what everyone else is going through. Initially, sometimes people, when they're new to this sort of stuff, can feel a little bit self-conscious going into those sort of ceremonies. You're going to be vomiting, you're going to be in pain, you're going to be in discomfort potentially. But it's a very, very powerful thing when you're going through the same thing with other people. It's a very much a shared experience, and you're all overcoming and going through the same thing. So yeah, really looking forward to that. Looking forward to this wrapping up this 3 sessions that I've been doing with Planet Kambo. I'll give you another rundown next week. I won't be filming this ceremony because obviously it's a group one. I'll probably take a few pictures and might do a little video beforehand. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this insight into this you know, this indigenous medicine. Please, if you feel like giving it a go, give the guys and you're in London, give the guys at Planet Kambo an email, and also when you're booking the session, if you use a code PlantPoweredPT, you'll get 10% off your booking. Yeah, so please like, share, follow. Please push this video out there, help educate other people, and I look forward to speaking with you all again very soon. Have an amazing weekend, guys and girls. Peace out. Plant Power.